We have a serious topic, guys. So I was looking online for all kind of information when I came across the average American debt by age. These numbers were mind-blowing. As you can see, people aged between 18 and 23 have around $9,500 in debt, while those aged between 23 and 49 have around $80,000 in debt. My God! Even worse, compared to 2015, the amount of debt raised by 22% for those aged between 18 and 23 and by 58% for those aged between 24 and 49 years old. These numbers makes me sad because just 2 years ago I had almost $25,000 in debt, so I know how it feels to owe money. The vicious circle that never ends of using debt to pay off debt and creating even more debt. In my mind I was trying to improve my situation, but I was actually making it worse. This is very familiar to me. But one day I decided that this has to end, and in less than 2 years I went from 25,000 in debt to where I am today, completely debt free. This is why I created this video, to share with you the exact step that led me to where I am today so that you can replicate my results and you too become debt free. Because the worst thing when you have debt is that feeling of always being behind the game, always trying to catch up. But today I am ahead of the game. And you too can enjoy this feeling if you follow the steps in this video. So without further ado, smash that like button, and if you don't like the video, smash the dislike button twice just to be sure, and let's get into it. The first thing that happened to me is that I said enough is enough. I was barely making ends meet, sometimes spending even more than what I was making. But I had big dreams for myself. I wanted to become financially independent and start my own business. I realized, however, that there is no way I can reach these goals if I was to continue on this path. How can I create a business if I'm not even able to manage my own money? At that moment, I made the commitment to myself to do whatever it takes to become debt free and to never take out a loan again. This is a very crucial moment, because if your why is not strong enough, or if you don't find your situation to be terrible enough, you will find it very hard to get motivated to make consistent changes in your life. Seeing all my dreams eaten alive forced me to take action. So I took a piece of paper and I made a list of all my debt. On the left side I wrote down how much I owe, on the middle the monthly payments, and on the right side the interest rates. I don't remember the exact numbers anymore, however I will use this example so I can show you the exact strategy I used. This is how it looked like. Here you can see different loans with their monthly payments and their interest rates. My strategy was to free up as much cash as possible so that I can have more money left to pay off my debt. For that, I've done two things. First, I've worked more. For many months, I worked almost 60 hours or more per week. I was committed to do whatever it takes to become debt-free, so working more didn't really bother me. I was looking at the big picture. And two, I had to choose the right loan to pay off first. Because my goal was to free up as much cash as possible, I wanted to find the loan that had the best balance between monthly payments and total amount to pay it off. I called this the logical method. Concretely, I had to choose between paying off my phone or paying off loan 2. I said that if I would raise $200 more, I could pay off loan 2 first, therefore freeing me $70 per month, $30 more than what I would have got if I would have paid the phone first. In my mind, I saw it's like buying an extra $30 a month for $200. That is exactly what I've done, freeing that $70 a month, and the next step was to pay off my phone, freeing up an extra $40 a month. As you can see, I didn't really care about the interest rate. All what I cared about is to free as much cash as possible each month. However, if you have a loan that has a very high interest rate, it may be a good idea to find a credit card that would offer you 0% balance transfer, or maybe a debt consolidation that would allow you to lower the interest rate. Because if you lower the interest rate, you will also lower the amount of money you pay per month. I didn't do that because none of my loans had crazy interest rates. And yeah, maybe I could have saved a few dollars here and there. However, I wanted to focus my full attention into paying off that debt, not actually renegotiating it. Now I got to the point where I have an extra $110 each month that I can put toward my debt. At this point, it was essential to choose correctly the next loan to pay, and I had to choose between these three options. Which one would you have gone with? Choosing between loan 1 and credit card 2 was pretty simple. Loan 1 was costing me $240 each month, while credit card 2 was costing me $110, and both of them required $4,500 to pay them off. Therefore, choosing loan 1 is just common sense. But the real question was to choose between loan 1 and credit card 1. This credit card would have been easier to pay off, only $2,000, compared to $4,500 for the loan. However, it would have freed me only $60 per month. So I thought that by paying off the loan first, which means raising a bit more than the double needed to pay off the credit card, it would have freed me $240, 4 times more than what I would have get by paying off the credit card. Therefore, after a few months of saving, I managed to pay off loan 1, followed by credit card 1 and credit card 2. The great advantage of the logical method is that it gives you a moral boost. Not only you have less debts, but you also have more money each month to pay off even more debts. I just realized that I forgot to move my desk a little bit to the right to have a nicer frame, so let's do it right now. Yeah, that looks more like it. The inconvenience of the snowball effect that David Ramsey praises is that when you pay off your loans from small to big, is that you are not necessarily paying off those that allow you to have more cash at the end of the month, therefore not giving you the same motivation to keep going. If we apply the snowball effect to the example of the phone versus loan 2, paying the phone first, not noticing that for an extra $200 I could have freed another $30 per month. In other words, by paying just 33% more, that's the difference between 600 and 800, I would have got back 75% more. That's the difference between 40 and 70. This is why I called it the logical method, because it's just common sense to use it. Now, a lot of people claim that the best way to pay off your debt is to start with the loans that have the highest interest rates. They even went to prove mathematically that this method would save you more money on the long run. And it may be true, however, this method don't take into account the emotional human factor. Paying a high amount of debt can be a very long journey, and it's important to get small victories throughout this journey to keep you motivated. With this method, I would have started with credit card 1, paying off $2,000 and getting in return only $60 per month. Compared to my method, which allowed me to get $110 per month by only paying $1,400. Which method do you think will keep you more motivated while you go through this long journey? If you are living paycheck to paycheck today, imagine how it would feel like to have an extra $110 per month. If I'm insisting on this, it's because I know how it is to live paycheck to paycheck. I have been in that situation just not so long time ago. But I also know how motivated I was when I started to see that hook slowly loosening up. That extra money coming in every month kept me motivated. It actually showed me that this is not as hard as it seems. It really kept me going. Another crucial factor that allowed me to become debt-free is the change that happened in my spending behavior. I was the one that put myself in debt in the first place. It was entirely my fault and I took full responsibility for it. I knew that without a deep change in my relationship with money, my result would have not been sustainable. In this video right here, I share with you the exact step I use to save money each month and how I make sure not to spend it. You too can replicate these steps, helping you to save more money and ultimately making your debt-free journey even shorter. So click right now on the video and I see you over there.